that would help her recreate the beautiful landscapes of the island. Now if she could find a few canvases, she would be ready to paint on the beach outside her home. She turned down another aisle and saw a display of white rectangles and squares. They were wrapped in plastic, but Lexi ran her finger along the edges. The rough feel of a blank canvas and the possibility it represented brought back pleasant memories. A toddler's shrill cry snapped her out of her musings. She steered her cart around a stack of 12 by 18-inch canvases and found the source. The little girl couldn't have been more than 2 years old. Tiny, with fine black hair pulled back in pigtails. Her red hibiscus print dress set off dark caramel skin, and even as her wail intensified, Lexi found herself admiring the pretty Polynesian girl. That's when she noticed that the toddler was alone. Lexi glanced around, but this area of the store was empty. She stepped forward carefully and crouched in front of the girl. "Sweetie, are you lost?" As soon as the words left her mouth, the little girl held out her arms and reached for Lexi. She sniffled, melting Lexi's heart as she carefully picked up the child. She looked down the aisle, hoping to see the little girl's mother, but at the same time nervous that the mother would think her daughter was being kidnapped. Lexi patted the girl's back, and she snuggled closer. Swallowing against the sudden lump in her throat, Lexi focused on the task at hand. Turning slowly to scan the store again, she saw a man with dark hair, a chiseled jawline, and a worried crease in his forehead. He was tall with golden brown skin and wore a green tank top that showed off his finely sculpted biceps. Something shifted in Lexi's heart. It thumped hard twice, and blood rose to her cheeks. The man stared back at her, his face open, revealing an arc of emotions as he took in the sight of the little girl and Lexi. Wonder, admiration, curiosity, and something else she couldn't define. She stepped forward, eyebrows raised in question. "Is she yours?" His dark hair was spiked on top and close-shaven on the sides. He sported a bit of scruff that Lexi could only describe as sexy. One side of his mouth lifted and he shook his head. "No. Is she lost?" "Yes, she was crying right over here, and I've stayed put for a minute, hoping her mom would show up looking for her." He turned around in a slow circle, repeating the search Lexi had undertaken moments before, having a better view over the shelves because he was taller. Oh, so tall and sculpted. "I can help you find her parents. This store isn't that big. Maybe they haven't missed her yet." Lexi's brow furrowed in protest as she struggled to rein in her emotions. It had been at least 3 minutes since she'd heard the toddler's cries, and 5 minutes was like an eternity in a child's world. Surely it would feel just as long for a frantic parent searching for her child. She gently patted the girl's back. "It's okay, sweetie. I know what it feels like to be lost," she murmured. She then realized that the man was standing close enough to hear her. She straightened, cleared her throat, and spoke louder. "We'll help you." The man pointed to the other side of the store. "I'll go this way. You go that way?" "That's a good idea." Lexi smiled, and her stomach flipped when the man returned her smile. The little girl moved her head, quiet and warm in Lexi's arms. The man walked quickly across the store, and Lexi went in the other direction. There was only one other shopper, an old man with a handful of charcoal and sketch pads. Lexi smiled at him, and he winked at her and the little girl. "Beautiful kaiko mahine." Lexi nodded, appreciating the melodic Hawaiian language. The man saw them as mother and daughter, which was a stretch considering Lexi's fair skin, blonde hair, and green eyes. She held the child close. They were two lost souls trying to find something to keep them safe. Lexi was certain she'd find the little girl's mother. But what could Lexi find that would fill the need in her heart? "Here she is," someone said from behind Lexi. She turned around and saw that the dark-haired man was leading a Polynesian woman with long dark hair toward her. "Safe and sound,"